Hello, this is Mrs. Ross, and this is the practice set for lesson 28. Let's see if my pen will work. Awesome. And we're doing two-step word problems, and then we're going to do some average problems. So, highly suggest writing this down on something, on a piece of paper. So, Jody went to the store with $20 and returned home with $5.36. She bought 3 jars of spaghetti. What was the cost of each jar? So the first thing I'm going to do, my first step, is going to be $20 minus $5.36 to see how much 3 jars of spaghetti sauce cost. So I'm going to plug that into my calculator, and I get $14.64. Well, then I know I have 3 jars that cost this much, so I'm going to divide my second step. And I'm going to use my calculator again, and I get $4.88. And that's going to be my answer. That's the cost per jar. Change my colors. Here we go. 3/8 of the 32 wild ducks feeding in the lake were wood ducks, and the rest were mallards. How many mallards were there in the lake? So let's see. If I do this, and 3/8, so I need something with 8 boxes. So let's draw this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8. So here's 3/8, and those are wood ducks. So I know that 5/8 are going to be mallards. Let me go ahead and erase that. And I know that there are 32 total here of the 32 wild ducks. So I'm going to divide that by 8. And I get 4. That's right. Okay. So each one of these boxes has 4. 4. This is how many mallards were in the lake. So I'm going to do 5 times 4, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there were 20 mallards. I'm not sure how this is two-step. I mean, I drew a picture and divided and then multiplied, so I'm not really sure how that's two-step, but that's how I would solve that. You might solve it differently, and that's fine. All right, in room 1, there were 28 students. In room 2, there were 29. In room 3, there were 30. Room 4, there were 25. What is the average number of students per room? Okay, so first I'm going to add 28, 30, 29, and 25. And get my total. I'm kind of running out of room here. So let's see, 28 plus 30 plus 29 plus 25. So my total is 112. And then it says average number of students per room. So I have 4 rooms, so I'm going to divide that by 4. And I get 28. So there's an average of 28 students per room. Okay, so this says, what is the mean? Mean is another word for average. And we know that the average of something is the sum over how many. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take the sum. I have 46 plus 37 plus 34 plus 31 plus 29 plus 24. Let me plug that into my calculator. Okay, I got 201. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total. So that's my how many. So when I do my average formula, my sum is 201. My how many is 6. So let me divide by 6. And I get 33.5, and that would be my answer. Colors again. What is the average of 40 and 70? So let's stop right there. So I know that average is equal to sum over how many. My how many here is 1, 2, is 2. My sum is 40 plus 70, which is 110. So let me plug that in, 110 over 2. I think that's 55, but I don't trust myself. 110 divided by 2. I was right. And then it says what number is halfway between 40 and 70? It's going to be 55. It's going to be 55. Okay. And then I think this is the last question. Central High School basketball team's lowest game score was 80. Its highest score was 90. Which of the following could be their average score and why? Okay, so we don't have all of the scores. We don't have all of the information for our average is equal to the sum over how many. But let's go ahead and take the average of what we have. So we have 80 plus 95. And then we're going to divide that by 2, because that's how many we have. Well, how many we currently have. I'm sure they played more than 2 games. So 175 divided by 2 is 87.5. Okay, so 88-ish. So it says, which of the following could be their average score? I think if this is the highest score, that they're not going to have an average that high, okay? And then if this is their lowest score, their average is not going to be that low. So this is what their average score could possibly be close to that. That's about the closest we have to what we got. So, and that's it. So let me know if you have any questions.